Hi all, welcome to our channel. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why you should consider studying abroad. What are the considerations you should make when you are studying abroad? So studying abroad for master's education is become really important. Most of the industries today, they are demanding a master degree from a candidate. They are working in this industry. Bachelor degree alone cannot be enough in today's market, which the employers is demanding from the employee. So you have to study a master degree. You should consider abroad, not in your country. The first reason is increased employability rate. When you consider studying abroad, the chances of getting enhanced employability rate is higher, and the skills you develop when you consider studying abroad is much greater. That's why most of the industries, they are looking for candidates they have a master degree from abroad. And also, if you take a look into your countries, the supply versus demand, how many candidates are getting into the top universities? For example, I am talking about India. That in many countries like Pakistan, African countries and Bangladesh, you have the national universities, right? The public universities. They are well renowned and well established. But how many candidates are getting accepted into studying into those universities is very, very low. So we have a very large number of candidates and the university seats are very, very less. But that doesn't mean the other candidates, the other students who are studying in the ordinary university, due to the lack of admission from the public university, they are not skilled or they are not talented. It doesn't mean like that. So they are also equally talented. But where comes the problem is the lack of opportunities given to them. That's why abroad education, especially from top universities, public universities, comes into picture. So when you are considered studying abroad, you can always look for scholarships, opportunities, and you should try to study in a way that you should study like free. You don't have to spend a lot of time, a lot of money. The only thing you have to do is do some proper research. You will be getting a lot of informations, and you can study in some top universities, which is very, very renowned, and you can able to save a lot of money. Don't simply go to some consultancy agencies and don't pay huge monies for your education. When we think about abroad education, like a foreign education for masters, we see most of our friends or seniors, they go to USA, Canada, Australia and other countries. But they are not evaluating their options. They are not considering the return of investment. They are not actually putting some research efforts to identify the proper universities in other countries they have. They are well renowned. They comes under top 100 universities in the global ranking. Tuition fee is completely zero, or it will be covered under scholarship opportunities. And they get a lot of stipends when they are working like a student. Every month they got some stipend. So these research things they are not doing, and they simply end up in paying a huge amount of fees. Most of the universities, they are also well over ranked universities. I see some of my friends, they are actually having a very great CGPA and research publications, but due to the lack of awareness, they go and end up in some consultancy, and then they go for some universities which is not even globally recognized, and then their career after then graduating is not so high, better. If you study from a globally recognized university, you are recognized. The skills and other career aspects that you will be developing during a course of study is much higher than you are studying from a lower grade university. So do your proper research and always consider evaluating the options you have, how to study free or how to study with scholarship, and then if you are studying with fees, how to study with the minimum amount of fees. Only with proper research you can able to get all these informations. So don't spend a huge amount of money for studying master's education. Since on the other hand, if you properly do your study, if you spend some time and if you can talk with some advisors or talk with some seniors, you will be able to have some other options where you can study the same quality of education or even better courses from a top university for almost zero fees or with scholarship opportunities. Don't spend your father's money, because then you have to repay it for almost 10 to 15 years. I've seen many of the friends, they're struggling their life to get started after 10 years after graduation. So this mistake, you don't do that. Study in some top universities, from a top public universities with some scholarship opportunities, a zero tuition fees structure, and you can start investing the money you are going to put for a master education in some business or other, for your buying a home or some career development, you can do something. For don't waste a lot of money on education. There are options available where you can study completely free, tuition fees, or with scholarship. And the objective of us is to evaluate the students, motivate them, guide them, what are the options they are available, make them known to all the available opportunities, scholarship opportunities, where they will get tuition free education, what are the universities are very top, and how fit the course can fit the candidates. He could have a background from computer science, but if he is studying some other courses that won't really fit for him, so we will be guiding all those details. So we will be giving a transparent information and open information available to the candidates, and we will be guiding them throughout the course. Follow for more useful videos. If you found this really useful, follow us, subscribe to us. Thank you.